Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Deden Munawi.
And I am Alvin Poernama.
And my name is Irpan Maulana Yusup.
And we are from English Education Department of STKIP Muhammadiyah Bogor, 4th semester.
This is our final exam from our lecture Meita Lesmiati Kasyar SS MPD. Our final exam is about digital learning.
And this is our presentation.
Let's go.
Online learning is the result of learning delivered electronically using computer and computer-based media such as mobile phone. The source comes from the website, internet, CD-ROM, and DVD. E-learning not only access information but also guides students to achieve specific learning outcomes. The potential for online learning education application has developed. Students can not only access knowledge from textbook, but can also access subject material from outside the school. Teacher and student can get a lot of information unlimited and can be accessed from several libraries around the world. Teacher and student can access electronic document to enrich their knowledge. Students can actively participate because online learning provides an interactive learning environment. Students can link electronic information to their document and project, making electronic document alive with the hypertext button. Because computers have the ability to provide information with a variety of media, including print, video, and sound recording, and music. The computer becomes an unlimited library. Indonesia is currently implementing online learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The government applies new regulation, namely PSBB, pembatasan sosial berskala besar, like physical distancing and social distancing. Because of this regulation, face-to-face education between students and teachers in the class cannot run normally. As we know, transmission of the coronavirus can occur only by direct contact with someone who has been infected. Therefore, the Indonesian government applies online learning so that the regulation runs well and coronavirus is stopped.
There are also advantage and disadvantage of e-learning. The advantage of implementing e-learning: one, can be accessed easily. Simply using a smartphone or other technology device such as a laptop connected to the internet, you can already access the material you want to be learned. By implementing e-learning, you can carry out learning activities anywhere and anytime. Two, more affordable costs. Of course, we all want to increase knowledge without financial constraints. By using an internet data package, you can access various learning material without worrying about missing out on lesson if you are absent. It is recommended that you register a member in e-learning because member fees are cheaper than attending tutoring or courses at learning institution. Okay, 3. Flexible study time. Usually most people who want to study again do not have enough time. One reason might be because your time is already working digital-based learning or e-learning in the situation and the solution. Time to learn can be done at any time without being bound by hours of study. 4. Broad insight. By implementing e-learning, of course, you will find many things that you did not know at first. This is due to some of the subject matter available in e-learning, not yet available in print media, such as books that are often use conventional teaching and learning method. In contrast to face-to-face learning that is done by reading book. And lack of application of e-learning. 1. Limited internet access. One drawback of e-learning learning method is the limited internet access. If you are in an area that does not get stable internet coverage, it will be difficult for you to access e-learning service. 2. Reduced interaction with the teacher. Some e-learning methods are one way. This causes the interaction of teacher and student to be reduced so that it will be difficult for you to get further explanation about material that is difficult to understand. Number 3, understanding of the material. The material taught in e-learning is responded based on different level of understanding, defined on the ability of the user. Some people may be able to capture material more quickly just by reading, but there are also those who take longer to really understand. Some even next explanation from other in order to understand the material being studied. Number 4, the lack of supervision in learning. Lack of supervision in conducting online learning makes e-learning users sometimes lose focus with the ease of access. Some users tend to procrastinating learning time. Self-awareness is needed so the learning process with the online method is directed and achieve goals. And there are several applications that are used, and actually there are lots of them, but only a few are favorite because they are easy to access, don't consume too much data use, and are more simple to use, such as WhatsApp, Zoom, Google Classroom, and Edmodo.
Okay, the next material is the technique and application. Based on regulation issued by the Minister of Education number 4 of 2020 concerning the implementation of education in the COVID-19 emergency. The Minister of Education and Culture expressed his appreciation based on rules that were in line with the situation of other countries and the states of Indonesia due to the pandemic. The application of online learning in Indonesia began since this pandemic entered Indonesia in February 2020, And in the following, I will present several methods of applying online learning in Indonesia. Number one, or the first, is application of online learning daring system. This online application is actually the same as the normal application in various countries. It's just that in Indonesia this learning system is named daring, and the system is issued by the government and must follow it in accordance with regulation and curriculum designed and issued by the government. Okay, next is the last, or number two, application of the online learning system. At the beginning of the new semester in June 2020, the government issued a new regulation on learning method. The learning method is another learning system that can indeed include the school environment as the initial and final goal of this learning method. Teachers and students are allowed to come face to face, but in accordance with the procedures that have been made. Give and return the assignment of each teacher who use the shift system or with hours that have been designed by the school to minimize the exercise of association.
That is our presentation. Sorry if we have many mistakes.
Because we are still learning, and
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
thank you.
Wassalamualaikum
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.